नमस्कार। उदयनिधि स्टालिन, ये जो एक राजनीतिक है, पॉलिटिशियन, इन्होंने सनातन पर सवाल खड़े कर दिए हैं। ये सवाल कितने सीरियस है, इस सवाल को हम लोगों को कितना सीरियसली लेना चाहिए और आने वाले दिनों में इसकी क्या रिएक्शन आ सकती है। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात कि क्या सच में सनातन को मिटाया जा सकता है। इन सारे सवालों के जवाब ढूंढने की कोशिश आज मैं करने वाला हूँ। आज मेरे साथ विशेष अतिथि है, इनका नाम है विनोद कुमार मेनन। ये एक एजुकेशनिस्ट है, कई सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के बोर्ड पर ये काम कर रहे हैं और आज इनसे हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कि मेरे सवालों के बारे में इनकी क्या राय है। विदाउट फर्दर डिले चलिए शुरुआत कर देते हैं।
नमस्कारम, फिर एक बार मेरे YouTube चैनल को ट्यून करने के लिए बहुत दिल से धन्यवाद। और आज एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट मेरे साथ है। इनका नाम है विनोद कुमार जी एंड ये एक एजुकेशनिस्ट है और बहुत सारे यूनिवर्सिटीज के बोर्ड के ऊपर भी ये है। और इनके साथ मैं एक बहुत ही सेंसिटिव मुद्दे के ऊपर आज बात करने जा रहा हूँ एंड दैट इज अबाउट सनातन। तो सबसे पहले मैं स्वागत करता हूँ आज के पॉडकास्ट में विनोद कुमार जी का। विनोद जी, आई वेलकम यू फॉर टुडेज पॉडकास्ट।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद।
So the thing is, I want to start with the question mark on Sanatan. These days, everybody is speaking about Sanatan, and some people are saying that Sanatan will no more exist. So, what is your view on this controversy?
The controversy is from very illiterate people. They are not doing adequate research on the subject, and they do not have depth in perceiving what it intends to mean. What is the message that you get from the word Sanatan? See, your name is Akshay.
Right.
Akshay means what? That does not have a Kshaya. Kshaya
right.
means it cannot perish. Isn't it correct, Akshay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then there is the same thing with Sanatan. It cannot perish. That's what it means. So to tell that, it's an oxymoron to even think that that Akshaya can have Kshaya. Because the very name of it is Akshaya.
Right.
It's an oxymoron in the nomenclature. That's what I mean,
Amazing. I'm feeling privileged that you connect me with that reference.
Yeah,
anyway,
because Sanatana means that which cannot perish.
Yeah, that cannot be
erased. To tell that you'll eradicate something that cannot, by its very nomenclature, means that it cannot perish. It's quite foolish.
Yeah, it is obviously. So the question is, is this a serious issue? How should we address this issue? Should we take it very seriously or we should ignore this thing?
Well, this in the context is a profit from politicking.
Right.
That's where it hurts. Otherwise, we should have clarity in the word faith. It is different from the word belief. It is different from the word religion. It is different from the word, any other word. So every word has its meaning. But in this context, see, faith, religion, belief systems, etc. are different from each other, or rituals are different from each other. But the point is, here there is a profit from using it politically. So that is the profit means then you have to talk about profit and loss with the nomenclature that is used, with the vocabulary that is used. I'm not going to the point of hurt of a sentiment, etc. No. I'm talking about why to illegally, illegitimately use such a phrase to profit, to gain politically.
Mileage.
Yeah, so my limited context of discussion is political gain. If the political gain is not there, this message he would not have used.
Of course, agreed. But the thing is, my concern is about the existence of Sanatan, and why I am worried. I just want to explain you that before 1,000 years, maybe our forefathers may have thought like Sanatan is eternal, Sanatan cannot be erased. And at that time, we were up to Afghanistan and the whole Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka was included, was combined in India in Sanatan Bharatvarsha. But right now we are compressing, and this process is happening very frequently, very after 100 years or 200 years, and so. So the question is, should we take this controversy seriously or we should ignore this? We should ignore this conveniently.
Well, controversy is the eye-opener. Now it's time to revive, to nourish the root of what was. When the tree is very ripe and there are too many mangoes, and if you do not pick the mangoes out of the tree in the right time, the mangoes will ripe and rot.
Right.
So maybe some culture tradition needs a revival and reforms, and then we should get alert about this hostile people damaging our reputation, damaging our image. Therefore, we should all wake up and learn about Sanatana Dharma. It's a wake-up call to the followers of Sanatana Dharma.
That is amazing. The example was so perfect. So, what I want to focus right now is, as you mentioned, a political context to this controversy. Is opposition or is the competitor of the Sanatana defenders are eligible to defend the Sanatana? I mean, are you looking forward to it?
Yes, of course. One has to defend because the political gain is there. If you do not protect, if you do not defend Sanatana, there is a political gain on the other side. And unfortunately, they are using this faith and they are using this sentiments for political gains. Therefore, the Sanatana Dharma people have to learn more about Sanatana Dharma and protect it, defend it. Why not?
Okay. I want to specify the question a little more. Well, my question is about BJP, RSS, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bajrang Dal, and so on Sangatans. So my question is these Sangatans, the organizations are doing their work fantastically? I mean, are you happy with it?
Well, at one time, Harbhajan Singh was asked about cricket, and he said the only correct thing that has happened is Sachin is born on this side of the border. If Sachin Tendulkar was born on the other side, what would happen? Similarly, the word Sanatana Dharma belongs to everybody. Fortunately or unfortunately, the Hindu people have taken it. Even the other side can claim that Sanatana Dharma is there, but they are not doing it.
Okay.
Because Sanatana Dharma is an umbrella. It's for everybody. Every human being born on the planet has access and the right to Sanatana Dharma.
Acha.
Yeah. But
Okay.
then they now want to cut a wedge between what is Hinduism and what is Sanatana Dharma. And that therefore start to separate and divide this, the legacy of Sanatana Dharma versus with Hindus. They want to cut it with other than they should have claimed it. They should say Sanatana Dharma includes all of us.
Unofficially, the whole world is behind Sanatana Dharma, what I can see right now. I mean, they want to know about Sanatana Dharma. They want to live the Sanatana Dharma, what we are looking in West and especially in Europe. But unfortunately, these political guys, as you mentioned very correctly, because of, some profit, they are doing this. Yeah, that is fine. But my question is, what exactly we need to do on this stage of this political controversy? I mean, what will be the exact reaction from Sanatanis?
Yes, the Sanatanis are pleading for their space to practice their rituals, to conduct their religious rituals. But then they should not be attacked by such kind of sentimental attack or even tangible attacks. So everybody will start protecting their interests because Sanatana Dharma includes, this is where it began, whether it is Buddhism, whether it is Sikhism, whether it is all the kind of other Jainism and etc. They all have one root in Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
So Sanatana Dharma includes the sentiment of everybody.
Right.
So the sentimental attack is not warranted. Therefore, of course, the Sanatana Dharma, the term suggests that it will sustain, no doubt about it, this small irritant from political people. And political people is not the only thing under Sanatana Dharma. It is only one small factor. So those people who want to win politically, they will look at political, constitutional rights, legalities, etc. The others will elevate themselves further in the evolution through pranayama, through meditations, through other learning of the scriptures of Sanatana Dharma. It all has indicators that such kind of irritant will always be there.
I want to point,
how to defeat the irritants.
I want to come to this.
Annoyance towards Sanatana Dharma.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to come to this point also. But before that, one terminology came in my studies, in my readings, that in Kali Yuga, the adharma will increase day by day. And when adharma will reach the peak, the Kalki will take avatar and it will destroy everything. That sort of terminology was there in my reading. So, is this the beginning of that avatar process or that pralaya process?
I'm certainly tilted towards the side of His Holiness Puja Sri Ravi Shankar Ji.
Okay.
So therefore, I think he has got the solutions from which I am also learning. how to supersede, how to outlive these irritants. So adharmas, how much ever they attack, it's okay because we got our solutions, we got our techniques and tools to elevate our own minds, to evolve further and further, and therefore evolution and elevation and elation of our minds will certainly dominate the world, dominate adharma, no doubt about it. Of course.
It will prevail the adharma, we can.
Of course, no doubt about it.
Okay. Now I would like to point that issue, charitra building, character building. That is very important. When I heard Udayinidhi, I was thinking in a different manner. Is it possible for us to have counseling with him, Udayinidhi? Should we explain him what is Sanatana? And is it, how optimism we should to have conversation with these kinds of people? Is it possible to build a character of such a so-called Udayinidhi?
Well, luckily, I am not an astrologer. If you go to an astrologer, he will tell the time of that person is bad.
Okay.
That is why that man is thinking in these terms.
Yeah.
Of course, he is illiterate. He is not educated on this humanity. He is not educated on harmony. He is not educated on tranquility. He is talking about fury and rage. So such things have no space in Sanatana Dharma.
Of course.
We are people who want to connect with humanity.
Right.
So therefore, the astrologer may claim that that person has a bad time.
Okay. So the main concern is we are not focusing on character building. Overall, I'm speaking. We are not focusing on character building. As you said, meditation is very important. Pranayama, dhyan, pratyahar, what the things.
Correct.
I'm not very much aware of these things, unfortunately. But we need to concentrate these things. This should be a part of syllabus. This should be a part of office or corporate life. This should be promoted everywhere in society. And it has to be in a massive scale. So how are you looking after this? Is it possible? And if yes, then what exactly we need to do?
Well, of course, we have all of us like yourself and everybody who are all the listeners have to support those people who are promoting this harmony and tranquility for the mind, elevation, evolution of the mind, going for higher reaches, and not like these people who are ranting in hatred and fury and rage, and at all points of time they take an intellectual sword to cut other people, to defeat other people. Our victory is not defeating other people. Our victory is that all of us evolve to good living. End of the day, we all want good living. So the tools and techniques are available. For me, it was made available by His Holiness Puja Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji. So I certainly have a tilt towards his education, and we all should get educated in that methods by which we do not need a sword. We do not need an intellectual sword to dominate this very, very futile, immature rant by these people.
So, as you mentioned about Guruji, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Guruji, is there any exercise which is available in public domain which you can suggest to our listeners to?
Certainly. Yeah. He has made himself available through internet to every human being on planet.
Okay.
Through internet, through meditation techniques, through corporatized method of delivering this message. Very 3-day program called The Art of Living. They should subscribe to it to any possible means. It's like petrol stations. It's just available in your neighborhood if you can look at it.
Of course.
This will help in elevation, evolution of the mind. You get enthusiasm, you get innovation, and you find that bonding with humanity. These are very important things, I think, than this political divisive method. This instead of transformation, converting a method of worship to another method of worship is not going to help, because at the end of the day, we want to evolve out of everything to harmony, to humanity, to bonding with other human beings. So for that, we have education called The Art of Living.
That is amazing. So I would like to request all my listeners to please go on internet and try to connect with Art of Living, so that you can design your own life. You can achieve the moksha or whatever, or the materialistic world. So for that, you need to connect with Art of Living. Anyways, once again, I'm coming back to the political question. So my question is, why Sanatan Dharma? There are many religions, in world, and every religion want to expand, themselves. So why Sanatana? What is the speciality of Sanatana?
Because the level of expansion, see, all of us are instinctively, we need food, we need water, we need some space for us to move around in the world. We want shelter, protection, defense from wild animals, from being attacked. So every human being has a identical requirement. But
Right.
when it is corroded and corrupt with greed, with lust, with anger, with fury, with rage, then we need Sanatana Dharma. Because Sanatana Dharma has the potential to expand without capture, without invasion. No invasion, no capture.
Wow.
We can still expand.
That's amazing. So for that, Sanatana is important.
So log into Sanatana.
Log into, that is amazing term. So log into Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there was a context behind this controversy. Udayinidhi said that there is a social injustice in Sanatana Dharma. And if we need to bring social justice in society, then eradication of Sanatana Dharma is very important. So how do you look after this social injustice in Sanatan?
All kinds of reformation at the appropriate time is welcome through the correct method. And that is for every human being, not only for Sanatana Dharma. Everywhere, wherever you see oppressed people, we are the first ones to elevate them.
Right.
We are totally against any oppression, and we are totally against any separation from people to keep them away. We are inclusive. Sanatana Dharma is always inclusive, and then reformation is brought out in that
Right.
person. Otherwise, sometimes being a victim is the method of drawing attention.
Yeah. It has been long time in India. Yes.
Yeah, so we want to get people out of a sense of pain in them.
Mhm.
Tell them that we are all at everybody's disposal, that you should not ever experience a victimhood.
Right.
So it's about social justice. I think this will prevail, that we are accommodative, we are inclusive without defeating other people.
That is amazing. What I observe is people are not talking, constructive things around this controversy. What I want to bring now, that if we bring some sort of knowledge in that guy's life, in that guy's mind, then why he would be talk like this? So what I think is we need to focus on positive note, and as you said that they should connect to some sort of meditation or some sort of thing, where they can find peace of mind and knowledge. And
knowledge means see, every rose and every vegetable, every fruit that you like has a manure. Manure is not, it is dirty, but the flower and the vegetable and fruit are very beautiful. Now we will talk about the level of manure. A manure without insecticide, without pesticide is a good manure. But you cannot have a fruit and flower without a manure.
Right.
So we have to learn to live in wholesome, in a whole, WHOLE, in a wholesome manner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is the art of living.
Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we can tag.
Correct, you know it. Yeah.
Yes, that is amazing. So now I'm going to wind up this interview. Thank you so very much for your precious time. And at the end, once again, I would like to have a message from you that how you would address.
Well, all your listeners are welcome to personally involve in Art of Living courses and their works. And a belated happy Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami to everybody.
Yes.
I'm just now very busy in watching this Japanese Prime Minister arrive in India,
Right.
Saudi Crown Prince arrive in India. All the world leaders are coming to Delhi. And
Right.
this is not happening by mistake. It has
Yeah,
never happened in the past. And the young generation need to know how much we have been giving leadership to the world.
Right. Right.
So we should not be a spoiled sport like the Chinese president who stayed out,
Right.
So when we have a wholesome discussion on climate change, glacier melting, and poverty in Africa, we all have to work together, and that's what Art of Living is all about, working together. So welcome all your audience and yourself to become like Akshay.
Yeah. Akshaya.
Akshay, thank you for all the listeners and you.
Yes. Namaskaram. Jai Gurudev.
Namaskaram. Jai Gurudev.